Hello angel babies, how are you doing today? My name is Trisha, this is Trisha's Temple. I'm a mystic and intuitive tarot reader. Today I have been hearing the message that you have had some conflicting values that have been a little bit at war with each other. So for example, the values could be loyalty and trust. Loyalty and, in particular, the value that interesting. My heart is racing right now. It's like this message is really sometimes when you have something that you really want to say, and then when you start to say it, it's like your mind goes completely blank. That could be something that you've been experiencing lately. Like, you have these relationships in your life that you feel an intense amount of loyalty to, and then you also have this other value that you also want to be loyal to yourself. You also want to value your own authenticity and the voice inside of you that is saying there's something more for me than what this relationship or this system, this job can offer me. That this space can no longer hold me. Maybe it never really could, but you were trying to fit yourself in there anyway. So we're gonna look at these cards and see what comes through as to how you're moving through this conflict of values. And maybe it's something that you've been working through for a while and it's resurfacing. It's come around for another look-see. Okay, this is the one. Wisdom. Sarasvati. This is a new deck for me, so let's look at what it says in the guidebook. It's number 11. Maybe. Hello. Here we go. Oh, no, it's actually number 2. These are Roman numerals. That's why I was confused. Okay. Sarasvati, the Hindu goddess of knowledge and culture, is the embodiment of true wisdom. Sitting upon her lotus throne, she symbolizes spiritual knowledge as well as the refinement of the arts. An interest in spiritual knowledge, a teacher who will share with you what you seek, or perhaps you are that teacher. Wisdom gained is in a graceful manner. Reversed is a lack of trust in intuition, superficial knowledge, fear of looking within for answers. It's interesting that in the beginning when I was saying a conflict between loyalty and trust, a conflict between loyalty and the word that I was trying to get to was authenticity. But sometimes we have these inner conflicts within ourselves, obviously, and It's like we are trying to come to a conclusion by battling it out with ourselves, which doesn't really work, because you're cutting yourself down, you're beating yourself up, you're creating an enemy of yourself, rather than bringing the two parts of yourself and creating a solution where both parts are able to win, to get what they are looking for. And it looks like for you, you're finding that you have this inner wisdom, and all of these aspects of you have something to share, something to bring to the table. The value of self-trust, the value of loyalty, the value of authenticity, they can all be part of you. They can all win, so to speak. It's just a matter of finding a way for that to happen, coming up with a creative solution for that to be possible. That perhaps you're in a relationship with someone and you're realizing, oh, this value of loyalty that I have, I can offer that to myself. And although I feel like I'm giving up on loyalty to this person or to this relationship, I can really still value loyalty, but offer it to myself. Next we have 9 of staves. Staves meaning wands in this case. The 9 of wands, it's like you're at the end of a long process of like putting in a lot of work, and you're kind of like looking at all that you have done and reflecting on whether or not you want to stay and put in that last bit of effort if it's really going to become what you thought it would be. It's kind of like that fallacy of the sunk cost fallacy. Of sometimes we think because we've put in so much work towards something, whether that's a relationship or we've spent so much time at a particular job or on a particular project, that thing has more value inherently because we've spent so much time on it. And I think that you're reflecting right now and seeing, I can still glean the amount of value, like extract value from it, because of the lessons that I've learned, because of the person that I just inherently am and am becoming because of where I've been and what I'm alchemizing from the pain that I've experienced, from the way that I've chosen to show up now, that I'm choosing to show up for myself now. That instead of just continuing to pursue something because I've put in so much time and effort, it's okay for me to let go of it and move on to something that will actually have a reciprocal, energetic flow. All right, what other messages? Ooh. Do we have? Oh, the Princess of Pentacles. It's interesting. As I was shuffling before I started filming, this one was standing out to me. I was curious about the princess, because that's not necessarily one that's typically in a tarot deck. So I wanted to know a little bit more about the princess and what she represents. The pentacles are about our feeling of abundance and our sense of feeling grounded. Okay. Princess. Seductive and sweetly perfumed, the Princess of Pentacles offers all of life's bounties. To possess them, though, desire is not enough. Constructive action must be taken. Meanings: the ability to create opportunities for growth and beauty. A woman who personifies these forces. It doesn't need to be a woman. It could be feminine energy, or our more like flow energy, our creative receiving energy. The ability to work hard to create prosperity. So what I'm getting from this Princess of Pentacles is that as you are choosing to let go of the things that are keeping you from really being able to be fully in alignment with yourself and the values that are calling for your attention right now, you are stepping more into this feeling of prosperity, and like you're moving towards things that you actually desire, that are bringing back online that feeling of excitement and passion for life again, that sensuality and seductive energy. Whether you consider yourself to be more feminine or masculine, we all have that sensuality about us, and you could be doing things more intentionally to tap into your sensuality and invite more pleasure into your life. That perhaps some of the things that were keeping you out of alignment, whether that was a past relationship or work or even a project that was you felt indebted to, like you had to finish it, that when you decided to let go of it, you realized you had all this energy or much more space to care for yourself, to rest, as well as to play and to express yourself creatively, to enter into that flow energy again, that you're experiencing more intuitive movement, that your body is sending you cues and you're able to listen to them. Okay, this one wants to come forward. The King of Swords. Interesting. I think that you're also stepping forward with greater power to say what you want and why you want it. That you might have been feeling quite disempowered for a while about what you even wanted, because you had all of these conflicting values. And if you're still there, this is what you're moving towards. That if you have this feeling of, well, I want to be loyal to all of these things, and I want to be authentic, but I also want to trust myself, but I also trust these people, like all of these different things that feel like they're noise in your mind, that you're moving into a place of just like mental clarity, that it feels like so much less noise. It's so much easier to express yourself. It's so much easier to make a decision and act on it, and to tell the people in your life no, or hell yeah, I want to do that. that your feeling of I'm ready for this and I can move towards it is becoming so much more apparent to you in the way that it feels in your body and in your mind, that you're feeling so much less mental confusion and just this like lift of the cloud that was once weighing on you. Okay, let's get one more tarot card and then we're going to look at some oracle. What else does this beautiful collective need to know at this time about? Half the deck comes out. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one and put these ones away. The Princess of Staves, the Princess of Wands. This card, the Princess of Staves, is telling you, is showing you that you are feeling more of your truest passions coming back. I was having some energy move in my throat chakra, like up through my heart and into my throat. So I think that that is a sign to you that your heart is opening again and you're going to be able to express from your heart center. That your deepest desires, some of the things from your inner child and the things that you thought were lost to you, you're finding them again. Old memories, whether that's you're physically going through old things and mementos like pictures or like toys that you used to play with, whether that's like you're like researching old things that you used to do when you were a kid. Maybe you're having just this like resurgence of what it felt like for you as a child on the playground, or when you used to go over and knock on your friend's door and ask to play. And having that energy and just bravery to it doesn't even really feel like bravery. It was just your normal mode of operation. Your normal way of existing in the world was very heart open, very playful, very curious, and experiencing life from a place of observation and wonder. And you're finding that again for yourself, that when you go on a walk or you go to the grocery store, it feels like fun again, like you're alive and experiencing all of your senses more fully in a really enjoyable way. All right, let's get a couple of oracle to close out. Just some guidance for how you can really ground this energy if you're still feeling a little bit in that like head fog, or if that sometimes when we're in that like really passionate, excited place, it can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming if we haven't been there for a while, and hard to know like, okay, well, what do I do with all of this energy? So let's look at that. This is the one. Junco. I'm learning about all sorts of birds. The words are perseverance, adaptability, and calmness. I feel like those are great words for you. Let's read about the junco bird. Adaptability is a key trait of juncos. They are found everywhere, from the snow forests of northern Canada all the way south through Mexico. Juncos are resilient and persistent, as they can withstand a variety of climates. This suggests that you should focus on your immediate environment for your next steps or clues regarding your issue. Soft song and calls, along with dark, unassuming plumage, associate the junco with calmness and simplicity. With its key colors of gray, dark brown, and white, the junco demonstrates that you don't have to be flashy or make a lot of noise to get things done. Being ordinary can be powerful. The junco's unassuming exterior hides a heart that perseveres. I think that this card, some things that stood out to me while we were reading this is the art of simplicity, and just looking at what is the next step. That when it comes to whether either you are feeling that very clouded or the feeling of the abundant passion, that either way it can feel overwhelming. And that either way, when we are in those spaces, to ground your energy in just what is right in front of me and what is the next step. To really bring your energy back down to earth through actual grounding rituals of getting yourself outside, using the different elements to feel more present in your body, and channel that energy towards something that helps you feel more excited, more curious as well. And to simplify, that if you are feeling really passionate and excited and you have all of these different ideas, that you can have like a bunch streaming towards you all at once. And it's okay to just have one plop into your head and do it, but do it very simply. Like, let's say you are drawing something, and instead of needing it to be this like very elaborate thing, to just pick up a piece of paper and a pencil and just start sketching something, to start moving that energy. And maybe you will turn it into something more elaborate down the road, but it's kind of that saying that it's like, make it exist and then you can make it beautiful or powerful. Build up the sandcastle, or build up the pile of sand and then build the sandcastle. Just pile up the sand first. That's the process that you're in right now. Okay, let's get one more guidance message. Oh, that one wants to go running. Yellow warbler, joy, celebration, and creativity. Beautiful. I love that it's the color yellow as well. I think that what you're being invited to do right now is to celebrate the tiny successes and watch how they're compounding. That if you need to, if you're in a place where you feel like you're really stuck, to go back and give yourself credit for the most minute things. It could be something as simple as you brushed your teeth. It could be something like you combed your hair. It could be something like you fed yourself. Like all of those little things. It could be something that you did that you really enjoyed doing, like you pulled out your paints and you painted. It could be that you got outside and enjoyed the sunshine. Any of those things, and that you're really feeding love to yourself as your fuel instead of hatred, negativity, hurt. And that when you notice yourself doing it, you don't then beat yourself up for doing that. That you just say, oh, I noticed I was being mean to myself right there. There, that's a program. And then you go back to, okay, I love myself. I'm doing this thing very well right now. It might not look quite so easy as that. It might look more messy, or like you hang out in the self-loathing or heaviness for a while before you're able to get back to a sense of calm and centeredness. But you're starting to see how the more that you're celebrating your small wins, the more that you are creating and giving yourself credit for the things that you are creating, that you're noticing that, oh, even me dancing around the house while I'm cleaning, that is creation. Even the food that I'm making for myself every day, that is creation. Even my mindfulness while I'm making my bed in the morning, that is creation. That there is so much more to creation than just painting or drawing or more typical forms that we would consider to be art. And you're experiencing a lot more joy. That you're realizing that joy is a more complete, whole sense of self that includes all of the falling off the bandwagon, so to speak, of doing very human things, doing the things that you know aren't necessarily the best for you, or speaking to yourself less than lovingly. And then coming back to yourself. You know, I flipped these upside down or right side up, depending on which way you look at it. And we got the blackbird: hidden potential, defense, and assertiveness. Oh, I was thinking that assertiveness was one of these words, but it was actually perseverance. I think that assertiveness fits well with this King of Swords that you got earlier. And I think that you have so much hidden potential that was maybe even hidden to you for a long time. And you're allowing it to become just a daily part of your life. That you're interacting with your joy, with your creativity, and play much more consistently than you ever have before. And the defense and assertiveness, that is about the way that you are creating just these beautiful boundaries of, this is who I am, this is my energy field, this is what I care about, this is what I truly value. It's becoming so much more clear as we were talking in the beginning about all of these different values coming to the surface, that you could list them out for yourself. Maybe that's something that you have done or are going to do, is list out your values and then do intentional things to prove to yourself that this is what I value. That if you value authenticity, if you value being on time, I don't know, whatever it is that you value, that you're showing that to yourself in little ways. And meeting these core values with love. And that you're recognizing when a value may have been placed upon you that isn't actually yours, and allowing that to be gone. Let bygones be bygones. I don't actually know what that means. But those are the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know how it resonated down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the links below. I would love to do a personal reading for you or have you in my mentorship program. I also have a free resource available that is very interactive and is a step-by-step guide in helping you to design your dream life, a life that is truly in alignment with you. Thanks so much for being here. Love you. Bye.